Thank you all for joining me today. For those that may not know me, I am the Garden Goddess, and this is Magic Hour. And for today's episode, it's going to be a very special one because we're going to be talking about something that we don't really see online very much, and that is magical powders. And magical powders are very, very special because they're very, very easy to make, but they're not talked about online a lot because I guess a lot of experienced practitioners don't really maybe see the value in discussing them online, and a lot of inexperienced practitioners don't really know about them. So, if that sounds interesting and you want to know more about magical powders and you want to make them for yourselves, please keep on watching and let's delve deep into them together. The magical powders and the magical powders we'll be making today have been used for a very, very long time. A lot of us use magical powders for an array of reasons. Magical powders can be used in foot soaks. You can use, they're usually used as like add-ons, right? We use add-ons, the magical powders as add-ons to like foot soaks. We use magical powders as add-ons to hair washes. And we especially use them, blah, blah, blah. We especially use them as add-ons to like our mojo baths, add-ons to our like magical pillows, which are all the things we're going to be making in Magic Hour. If we haven't already, we've already made our magical head wash, which I'll probably link in the description if you haven't already seen it. But like mojo bags and magical pillows, we're going to be making in Magic Hour. But prior to making them, I want to show you all like the little things that you can make prior to those big things. And so magical powders are especially beautiful, nuanced things that you can use day to day because they're small powders that you can add into an array of different corners into your house. And magical powders can be used to add prosperity to your day-to-day lives, protection to your day-to-day lives, and you can carry them with you everywhere, right? Because they're in powdered form. And so they're usually add-ons because they add a little extra oomph to the work that you do. But for today, we're going to use magical powders as a standalone spiritual working. And that's because add-ons can be used as solo workings because just because it's an add-on doesn't make it any less powerful. And so the magical powder that we're going to be making today is going to be a protection powder. And if I'm feeling funky, I might add in a prosperity powder. And so I've been using these powders for many, many years to ensure an extra layer of protection and prosperity in my day-to-day life. I like to add protection powders and prosperity powders in my wallet, in my purse, under my rugs, in the corners of my home, everywhere, right? In my car, under like the rug in my car, in my backpack. I'm trying to think of where else I put my powders. Um, did I say in my wallet? I like to put prosperity powders in my wallet. Um, Sometimes I put them in my magical pillows, behind my pillows, but that's not really protection or prosperity work. That's more like, well, protection from my dreams, like protection of my crown, which that can get really nuanced. I'm trying to think of where else I put my prosperity powders. It's mainly protection around my home. I put protection work around my house. Protection powders are in my welcome rugs, which are not welcome rugs. They're just regular rugs, but I put them outside my home. I also add the protection powders in my um spell work. And so like I dress my candles in my magical powders with my protection powders. So the powders I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make today, you can use those powders to dress your candles, to add into your lamps, to add into your spiritual baths, to add into whatever workings that you want to add into, or you can use them as standalone powders. And so magical powders are very, very flexible. I love them. I love them so much. And so, and they're so easy to make. And that's why I wanted to share them with you all to make. And I'm so sorry it took me so long to share them with you because I've been doing this stuff for years and I just never thought to share them with you all. So today we're going to be making two powders. So I guess I've decided to share both recipes with you all. The first recipe we're going to be sharing is the protection powder, since that's the one I have prepared fully for you all. I wrote notes on them and everything. And then the second recipe, since I just decided at the last minute, I'm going to share with you all. I'm probably going to share off the dome at the last minute because it was one I was deliberating on. I had the recipe in my head, but I'm not as prepared for it, so forgive me. I might have to like go grab everything at the last minute. So we'll have to figure that one out as we go. But for now, let's focus on the protection powder and then let's figure out the prosperity powder as we go. At least I have the recipe in my head. All right, so for the protection powder, the ingredients that you'll need first is a container. I always recommend getting a nice clear container so that you can do everything you need to do. You're gonna need a marker as well, a black Sharpie, because we're gonna be writing on your container. I have containers that I've collected over the years, so think I think I got this container from Michael's maybe a few years ago. It might still be there, it might not be, so I'm sorry. But you can also get containers from the Dollar Tree. You can get some more from Michael's. You can also get some from Target and Walmart. Find some containers that aren't too big, aren't too small. I think this holds like 4 ounces. Next are the ingredients for our powders. And luckily for you and I, these are ingredients that you probably, more than likely, if you know how to cook, if you've cooked ever in your life and you like flavor, you'll have these in your house. The first ingredient you'll need is cayenne pepper. Next, you'll need is black pepper. The next ingredient you'll need is cumin powder. And the final ingredient, actually, this last ingredient you probably won't have, so I'm sorry, is black sand. Now, if you don't have black sand, because more than likely you probably don't live on the islands, or you may not live in Hawaii, then you'll need either salt, black salt, or you can get some coal, right? You can get some black coal from your incense that you burn. You can get some coal from like a fire, like, from starting a fire. Some small coal kernels, like the little circular ones, you can get those from Walmart. So if you don't have black sand, which is hard to get, I admit, I'm sorry, I didn't think about that, sorry. Black sand can be hard to get. Get you some coal or some salt. Salt is more than likely what you're gonna use. So fair enough. All right. And then when you're ready, we're gonna make our powder. Now, I'm going to tell you how we're going to charge our items. So what I mean by charge, I mean enchant. We're going to empower every single ingredient and tell each ingredient what it's going to be doing, what the intentions are for each ingredient for this magical powder. Now, in all of my magic hour videos, I teach you guys and I basically tell you how to enchant your herbs. I have a video in every single video that I direct you all to in in how to enchant your herbs, because I'm not going to tell you how to enchant your herbs because it's a long process. And we tell it in every video, I tell you it's a long process in how to enchant your herbs. Okay, so I always direct you back to the same video. If you don't know how to enchant your herbs by now, I'm going to direct you back to the video. This is how you enchant your herbs. So we're going to enchant our herbs once again, and I'm going to tell you the intentions for each herb and how you're going to enchant them and with what intentions. Okay, so when it comes to cayenne pepper, right? These are the intentions you're going to enchant them with. You're going to enchant them with removing obstacles, removing hexes, and revealing other people's passions or intentions. It's going to speed up the spell work and protect the wearer or the object. So whatever this touches, it's going to either protect it, the wearer, or the object, right? And the element it's going to represent is fire, and it's going to represent the yang energy. And after I go over all of these herbs, I'm going to tell you the purpose of the element and the purpose of the yang energy. Next is black pepper. Now, the intention that we're going to use when enchanting black pepper is to defend, okay? We're defending ourselves. To add endurance, so long-lasting longevity, right? Longevity to the work. Justice, fairness to the work. To alert us to any danger that's coming our way. Security, so fortifying us, ensuring that we're protected and safe and out of harm's way. Strength to the work, add some extra layer of protection. And it's going to have the element of fire and yang. So this work is fire coated. It's completely coated in fire energy. Next is cumin, and that is to banish negativity and protect the home. Wherever home is, home can represent that layer of safety. Wherever you feel safe in, whatever home represents for you. Home could be partnership. Home could be your business. Home could be your temple, your body, right? Home could be your mind. Home could be your children. Wherever safety, wherever home, whatever home represents for you, right? And then last but not least is black sand. Black sand can also be your salt. It could also be the coal. And that is to banish any negative energies or entities, right? So the purpose of the fire energy in this work is to burn away any deceit, hateful energy, and dissipate any work directed towards you. It's also to speed up the work that we're doing. And the purpose of the yang energy is to add strength, power, and seriousness to this work. It's going to represent the masculine energy and presence in the work that we do. And so what I love about this strong, powerful fire energy of this powder is it's for fighting. It's that fighting energy that's meant to protect. It's meant to defend you. It's not necessarily meant to do harm, but if someone's coming at you, it's not starting, but it's finishing the fight. You know what I mean? I don't know about you, but I grew up with parents saying, don't start the fight, but finish it. That's what this powder is for. I'm not here to start nothing, but if you come at me, I'm coming right back at you. That's what this powder is for. And that's what I love it. I've used it. Maybe it worked. Baby, I love this powder. Okay. And so we're going to put this powder together and I'm going to show you what it looks like in the end. When you mix it all together and you get the best of both worlds. Okay. And then once we put this powder together, it's going to be a nice, beautiful, like, um, like terracotta, almost like color. And then once we mix it together and we enchanted it and we've given our offering to pay the herbs, we're going to write on our jar, we're going to write either an affirmation to solidify the work, or we can write a scripture to solidify the work. Now, if you are a hoodoo girl, I have the perfect scripture for you, baby. And that is Psalms 91. You'll get your jar and you'll write around this whole thing, Psalms 91. Then, when you're done, leave this on your ancestral altar. Do this work. If you want to add some extra oomph, do this work on a Tuesday. Okay, leave this on your altar for about a week. And then dress your candle in this work. Dress your protection candle in this work. Put this powder under your rug in your front door. Put this on the corners outside of your home if you own a home. Put this anywhere where you need protection and see the results of this work. Now, for the prosperity. You know what? Let me go grab, I'll be right back. Let me go grab the herbs for the prosperity powder. Be right back. Hey, I'm back. All right. I had to run downstairs. All right, for now, the prosperity powder. This one, gosh, this one was probably one of my first powders I ever made. For that one, you'll need basil. I just have a little bit left because, honey, I've been working. You'll need basil. You'll need cinnamon. You'll need mint. A lot of people ask about mint and they like to get very, very detailed. They always ask, is it spearmint? Is it peppermint? If it just says mint, more than likely the strand is spearmint. So if you need to know the specifics, it's always going to be spearmint when I say mint. And the last thing you'll need is nutmeg. Now, why do we choose these ingredients for prosperity? And because I don't have my notes like I did before, these are the reasons why I always choose these things as like my go-to herbs for prosperity. Basil is a great prosperity herb because it's governed by the air element as a way of calling in prosperity. This is like a go-to prosperity herb. It's like the number one, my number one prosperity herb. It is the intentions for basil is always a money magnet. It has a way of calling in money that is grounded and rooted in, is that a bird? Oh my goodness, sorry. Basil has a way of finding money that is stable. Okay. It's not about fast money when it comes to basil. It's about finding money that is consistent. Okay. It has a way of finding money that is stable and it always, it just finds stable money. Okay. Basil is rooted in stability. Basil is rooted in finding money that comes with ease. And I believe because it's rooted by the air element, it's calm about it. It's not fast, it's not slow, it's just easy. I love basil. It's my favorite herb when it comes to prosperity work. Um, yeah, that's my favorite herb personally. And then cinnamon. Cinnamon is the go-to herb for everybody when it comes to money magic. It's because it's spicy, it's sweet, it calls in money fast, and it's also ruled by the fire element. So you can't really do money magic without having a little bit of basil and a little bit of cinnamon in your work. So pro tip, if you need to do money work, always have basil, always have cinnamon. Next up is nutmeg. Nutmeg always adds a little bit of sweetness to your work. And so you are what you eat, oh baby. So you want to add a little bit of sweetness to the work you do because you want to attract the money. So you don't want to be rough when it comes to attracting prosperity. You want to be the thing that you attract. So I always add a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of sweetness to the things that I do because I want to be available for prosperity. I want money. I want to be friends with money. Okay. Me and money are best friends. Money likes me. Okay. I want money to love me. And so I always add a little bit of sweetness to the things that I do, not just hot and spicy and sexiness, but also kindness, also availability. And then the last thing I add is mint, which adds a little bit of coolness to the work. And that's it. And so let's add things together. Oh, last thing I forgot to do. The affirmation. For the prosperity powder, we're going to add, for my hoodoo girls, we're going to add Psalms 19. It's my favorite verse to add for prosperity. I don't know if you see the mirroring. For protection, Psalms 91. For prosperity, Psalms 19. All right. Also, mint is also a great prosperity herb. So those are my top. Now you know. That's my secret. My top herbs for prosperity: mint, basil, cinnamon. So let's add all of these ingredients together. Let's do these powders somewhat together. I won't be able to enchant my herbs in front of you all, unfortunately, but I'm going to take a moment to put all of these ingredients together so you can at least see the finished product and get a visual of what these magical workings will look like so that you can see what your finished products will at least look like potentially. And yeah, let's see. All right, see you in one moment. Okay, guys, I just finished my protection powder. I was actually in the middle of doing my prosperity powder and my jar broke. Ugh. So I'm going to take that as a sign and redo my prosperity powder. So, but I hope you guys can get the idea of lovely. So sad about that. But I hope you guys can get the idea of this prosperity and protection powder. I love these powders, these magical powders, and I hope you can kind of see my transcription. I even have a sigil on top that you can kind of see. But this is what let me get closer. This is what the powder looks like. This is the protection powder. And you can kind of get a visual of the coloring. This is with the cayenne pepper and everything. As I said, it has more of like a terracotta coloring once you put everything together. And I put this on my ancestral altar for like a week, and then I take it, you can either take it with you or you can just start dressing your candles with it, put this in your wallet, put a powder in your wallet, and you can do whatever it is that you need to do with these powders because they're just so versatile and flexible. And so I love magical powders. I love everything about them. And so if you're interested in seeing all the different magical powders that we can make, and more than likely, I'll probably add on more magical powders that we will make with like our mojo bag when I make that with the next video, or the the dream not the dream powder, the dream pillow that we eventually will be making with magic hour. I'll be adding more magical powders, so that'll be exciting. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to see what your powders look like, or if you even try to make this recipe. I'm sorry I wasn't able to show you what my the prosperity powder looked like. Oh, this, I'm really disappointed that that happened. But until next time, I will see you all in my next video. Talk to you soon. Bye.